Hello everyone, welcome to a new Infinity Kingdom video. So I want to do a real quick video discussing the Contention of Lords. So one of my accounts on the server, we're having our first Contention of Lords on the server. And I want to give some tips about it and talk about it and kind of give you a highlight on what to expect. So I'm going to be starting off with this account, and then I'm going to go move over to my main account to kind of show you what it looks like when you get hit and what happens when you get zeroed in this game. So first of all, let's talk about the Contention of Lords. So we have on here the Contention of Lords starting this tonight, Saturday. So it starts tonight. And got about 6 hours to go, and the event will start. Now, the Contention of Lords, during the event, you earn points by fighting other cities, other lords. And then you earn enough points to claim rewards, and after the event ends, additional rewards will be mailed according to the point rankings. Now, just want to say here on the Contention of Lords, the rewards, like if you choose not to be participating and you just want to sit it out and be shielded the whole time, don't be discouraged about the rewards that you're missing out on. There's always an event going on during it. So, for instance, we got the Expel of Gnomes going on at the same time. And you're not missing out on a ton of rewards. So doing Contention of Lord, the big prize is not the event and not the rewards. What is good about Contention of Lords is, number one, it gives you an excuse to go out there and battle it out with other lords and have fun and participate in the event. And number two, the big reward out of Contention of Lords is you have an excuse, a reason to hit cities where, people don't seem to get as angry because they know it's part of the event and it's part of the competition and so on. And it's happening all over. So what is important about Contention of Lords is ranking up your nobility. So look at here right now. I'm very low right now. I haven't been hitting much. I'm at a knight level 3. And my strength bonus is 0.5%. My intelligence bonus is 0.5%. So what you want to do over time is rank up this nobility. You see the troop number increase, strength increase, intelligence increase. There, the troop number now increases to 100. And this is big. These are big kind of bonuses that helps you grow your troop march. So your strength, intelligence, there you go, 150. Baron level 3, your strength, intelligence plus 2%. 200 troops, and you see it just keeps on going on and on. And two, where you're getting some absolutely huge bonuses with ranking up your nobility. And I think it tops off Duke. There we go. Archduke, Prince. So, you saw me scroll through all of it. The bonuses here now, the troop number is plus 1,000. Your strength is 16%, intelligence, agility, physique, aptitude. That is a huge bonus across all your troops. And so that's where the real value of doing a Contention of Lords is in hitting other cities. Also, and I didn't even cover the daily rewards. So at the daily, you max out at 200 gems. I believe all the way at the, I'm currently getting 10 gems, a whopping 10 gems right now at the level I'm at. But you could see kind of the increase that it looks like it increases each level 10 gems. So that's the real value of doing Contention of Lords. Now, let me talk about how to do Contention of Lords and how to play it kind of, with some moral gauge, I like to call it, and not go crazy. Well, first of all, let's look at our server rules. Usually, a server establishes rules around Contention of Lords. So this is a brand new server. And so we haven't really gotten to the point of establishing rules around Contention of Lords right now. So right now, this is the email on the Contention of Lords. It definitely will be a very hectic, and you'll see a lot of castles on fire. So there's no rules or safe zones. So everyone is open to attack. So if you don't want to be attacked, shield. And if you're participating, make sure you have, be ready to heal your troops and so on. And they don't even have a rule against your own faction. So right now, there's no rule established that you can attack green, your own faction. Generally, so what I was hoping a little bit that rule-wise that we got to the point where 2 rules were established on this server. And I think are key, and I hopefully next Contention of Lords that they do establish these rules. Is one, hidden resources. That hidden resources while you're gathering hidden nodes is not allowed. Nodes is another type of resource that you'll see later on. But anyways, that they're not allowed to hit while you're gathering. While you're gathering, that's a very easy win. It's frustrating because you can't gather during the event. You got to keep your troops at home base. And then another rule that I wish was established is that you can't hit your own faction. So those are the 2 rules that I was hoping to establish by this, but it's something that over time probably will get established. So let's talk about now, what do you look for in hitting other cities? Now, I want to go in here and I'm going to click on a hive and talk a little bit about hives. Hives and Contention of Lords are easy targets. They're, the concept around hive is good where you can help each other out in some ways, and there's some protection in hives. The problem is we're dealing with players across the world. They're not someone that's in your same time zone. And the problem with hives is, not everyone's on at the same time, and not everyone bubbles. So it becomes a very easy target. And in a server, there's always someone bigger than you. And so the big whales, the real big alliances that have really big whales, they just love hives. They love porting in, and they love hitting out as much as they can. Yeah, maybe eventually they get zeroed and sent somewhere else, but, in the amount of time that happens, they got their honor. They got what they came to achieve. They're happy. They fully expected to be hit, and not everyone bubbles up in hives. I've seen it time and time again that, a certain percentage will be bubbled, and there will be a lot of targets for one to pick at. And you're big, will probably maybe try to protect, but, not always are they big enough. And what happens when they're not big enough is everyone gets burned, and it becomes a very easy target. So my suggestion during Contention of, and this is just my personal suggestion. This is not something that I'm saying that this is what I like to do. I do not like being in the hive. I like being spread out. Now, picking targets. Now, I like to, with somewhat of a moral gauge, I do not, I'm at Lord level 22. My castle level is at 17 right now, I think. Come show me. There we go. I'm at 17, growing to 18 right now. Yeah, 17 going to 18 right now. So I try to hit troops around my level of experience or Lord Castles. So, I do not, like example, this right next to me. This would be an example of someone that I hit. They're 23. Well, I'd probably lose. Now, how do you check? You look at their their strongest troop power. So you know by going on here, click on their profile, and you look at their strongest troop power, 29. I will lose. This is I need to email this person to see if they're playing or not. They may not be playing, but I will lose this battle. So that's not a good person to hit. So let's see if there's anything. What I look for is, let's use this as an example. This is a good example. I look for clusters where I could port in. I could do a bunch of hits without and do it quickly, and then I can get out when Bloody Rage happens, or after the Bloody Rage has expired. I'll explain Bloody Rage in just a second. So you're going to mainly attack it. Now, my advantage right now, well, it's not as powerful as I would like it to be, but my advantage right now is I have 2 strong troops, or stronger troops. I don't want to say strong. They're certainly not strong on the server, but stronger. So I could send 2 attacks and expect to win with those 2 attacks. So these, like 16, that would be a good one. 15. So this would be something that, obviously, this is probably one account and a bunch of farm accounts right next to her. So that would be my challenge. Now, with attacking that, I'm just going to do a pretend attack. Is don't forget, if you've done your Lord's talent, you have irresistible force. So irresistible force will give you a nice boost to attack those lords that are slightly above you. Another tip that I want to give with Contention of Lords is your talents. Now, for the event, it only costs 200 gems to reset your talents. So if you want to reset, like you've spent a lot on development and not much on military, like I have right here, is I could reset them and change all these to improve my talents to go into battle mode. And it only costs 200 gems. See, like right there, resetting will be 200 gems. So, and I can reestablish all my points and go into kind of battle mode and focus on attack and defense and so on skills. So that's another advice, to use with Contention of Lords. Now, I want to talk about what happens when you get hit. So for this part, I am going to go over to my other character. Why am I just taking so long? There we go. Okay, and I'm going to pop over to my main account. I don't want to say main. I'm spending about equal amount of time as both accounts, but my stronger account. How about that? So right now, we also on this server are going to have Contention of Lords coming up, and I think there's a server-sponsored event. Sometimes the server, they do events that are, that's frustrating. Oh, well, I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to hit my farm. I forgot to put a bubble up. I'm going to hit my farm, and I'm going to zero my farm. And I'm doing that to show you what exactly it looks like when you get zeroed. So let's go ahead and attack. Confirm. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Everything's, I don't need. So I'm going to attack. All right, so what happens when you attack? You notice there, I went into Bloody Rage. Now, Bloody Rage lasts a certain amount of time. Generally, it's like 10 minutes. And when you're in Bloody Rage, you cannot shield, you cannot port. So that's an interesting dynamic to this game, is that you cannot shield and you cannot port. So understand that if you go near a hive or you go near a cluster of individuals, that there's going to be a period of amount of time that you're going to be vulnerable and that someone can port in and attack you. So let's look at my report. Obviously, it's a very weak, so I won. I only had 5 dead, seriously wounded, 33 lightning wounded. So I did a lot of damage. Here's the details. and I destroyed the fortifications. So generally that's why it happened. The first hit is you destroy the fortifications. Second hit, and so that's how much prosperity was lost during that hit. So I'm going to bring it all the way down to zeroing is bringing the prosperity down to 0. So I'm going to go ahead and attack again. I'm going to go ahead and use irresistible force just to do more damage. And there they're off. They're going to battle. And let's see if it gets to the porting away. No, one more hit we'll take. All right, so lost 5. I'm not gaining much honor. I mean, I'm gaining some because it's a weaker opponent, so I'm gaining some armor on doing this battle right now. And then this next hit will 0 him. Okay, I don't need that. Here it goes. Here goes the 0. What's going to happen? Boom. It's gone. So when you get 0'd, you get ported away. And the reason why I'm showing you this is when you get 0'd, it's not too bad. It's not too discouraging. So let's go log into that account and let's see what happened. So I'm going to log into this account. Warning, those of you that are OCD, so when you get 0'd, when you log in, you have an option to revenge. And if you have a revenge totem, it will show exactly where that person is at, even if they ported away. So you can go back and fight back if you want to. Or the other options, which often I choose, is forbearance. So I'm going to click on forbearance, and what happens? Forbearance. Boom. Okay, I got ported away. You get a shield, and then all these resources get put back into your city. So this is what I gained back. So I gained about 120,000 food, 50, 50, 50, around there. So I claim it, and let's compare it to what I lost. Now look at the reports. I got to log in here more often. Okay, let's go into battle reports. So you see what I lost? It was 3 attacks. You know, I didn't lose a huge amount of resources where it's difficult to recover. You know, my troops training around 8,000. Going to the next one, 7,000. Next one, 7,200. So those are my losses, and then I go into, let's look at my troops. And, you know, I was way under, but, you know, again, I still have a lot of troops still available. I still could train. I could still participate in events. You know, the thing about zeroing in this game, because of the prosperity loss, now let's look at the prosperity. So I lose right now. My production value, speed and recovering, is at 33% reduction. And so everything, you know, takes 33% longer to do that right now. So my resources here I took all my resources out of here. So there are not a lot of resources in here because of the hits. But, you know, everything takes a little bit longer, and that eventually over time, your prosperity will go back to nothing and you'll be back to normal. And so this will take 7 hours to go back to normal. You also have an option of using gems that can put you back to normal right away. And so I just wanted to show you, you know, it's not a huge concern with being zeroed. It happens in the game. Expect it to happen. And it's not worth, you know, getting too angry about or upset about and making yourself do things and retaliate, especially when you're going to lose. Because if the person is stronger than you, the person is stronger than you, and you're not going to win. Or go crazy and spend a ton of money just to try to build up power to fight back. So I hope you found this video a little bit helpful with Contention of Lords. And if you have any other additional questions, I tried to cover a lot of different things. I'm not sure if I covered everything about Contention of Lords. So just to recap some things about some of the items that I covered. If you don't want to participate in an event, don't be too concerned. Bubble up. No big deal on bubbling up. And plenty of people do it. There's no shame in it. Just bubble up and you're good. Now, bubbling up also, bubbling up does not cost too much. Like if I want to go in here, want to use. So I'm fully stocked. A 24-hour protection barrier only costs 500 gems. That's not ridiculous. 3 days, if you want to, 3 days, hey, I'm out. I don't want to mess with it. 3 days, you're using 1,200 gems. A 4-hour protection is 100 gems. And I think an 8-hour is like 200, 300 gems. So it's not ridiculous to bubble up the whole event. So don't be afraid to do that if you don't want to participate. If you are participating, and you're a big whale, hives are great. Go after a hive. You get a lot of hits in real quick. You get your points that you needed, and you can bubble up the rest of the time. What I like to do is I like to do my hits, and then I pick my opportunities, and then I spend a good amount of the event bubbled up. And I look for my windows of opportunities and go in, do my hits, and then go away and disappear for a while. So don't be concerned if you're zeroed. I fully expect that to happen. Now, some servers have rules where they try not to zero and they hit a few times. I'm not too concerned about being zeroed, to be honest with you. Because of the forbearance option, you gain a lot back what you lost. And you port away and you're shielded and stuff like that. So in a way, it's almost better because if they take you all the way down there, then you're already down there. And you might as well just get forbearance. Also, I did forget something. You have an option to garrison troops. So you have troops to go in there and garrison. And that helps gives you a defense bonus. Though, I believe when you garrison troops and when it's happening is that they get an honor bonus if they win. So this is what it looks like when your current garrison troops. So alliance members can assist and help protect you, and they can send in troops. Again, that's an advantage of being in a hive, but there's only so many troops. There's only so many places that you can garrison. So I guarantee you when the bigger alliances, there will be several big wells that will port in and you can't garrison at all and it becomes too challenging. So, okay, I talked about garrison. I talked about hitting. I talked about hives. And I gave a lot of tips, so hopefully this helped. Give a like if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. There will be definitely more videos on Infinity Kingdom. And have a great day.